Good morning. Welcome to statistics. This video is meant to show you kind of the main structure, I guess, of the modules as we continue in the course and what it will look like, especially this first week. So I wanted to make a video so that you had kind of a special explanation of what's going on. So here's our class. When you go to the home page, so I was already in the modules there, but if you go to the home page here, you'll see recent announcements. And this is where you're going to see, I'll say there's already one posted, but weekly and sometimes several times a week, I will post announcements with important information, kind of a summary of what's going on that week, etc. So on our homepage, you'll also see this information. This is our little, this is our meme that we also have as the, if you go on your dashboard, like this is the meme that pops up with our class. We will learn about hypothesis testing later, so this will make sense towards the end of the course, if it doesn't make sense yet. But anyway, okay. You can go to our modules. That's going to be where the main kind of chunk of assignments will be in modules. And you can go there either by clicking modules, by clicking start here, by clicking modules, or if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of this page, modules. So there's a lot of ways to get there. The rest of the stuff that's on this page, especially if you haven't been in Canvas before, over here you see reminders for assignments. This is a big thing I'm going to comment on for our course in particular. I designed this class so that there are a lot of smaller, shorter assignments for you to complete instead of a lot of longer ones, if that makes sense. So for example, any problems that you're working on and I'll have a different video for the CYU discussions in particular, but any work you're working on, like problems you're using for practice. I don't know why that was so hard for me to articulate. The work that you're doing on your own, I think sometimes in some math classes, it's like you could be assigned 20 problems or something like that for an assignment. For our CYU discussions where you're working on practice problems, you have 2 problems to do for each of those. So instead of a lot of problems in one assignment, it's 2 problems in that one assignment. And you do have to explain your reasoning and things. But in general, I just wanted to give you like a heads up about that and also show you the reminders over here. So the rest of this page is about our class, a little bit about me. Here's one way that you can get to my student hours. So I will have student hours every Tuesday from 11:30 to 12:30. So I will be sitting in Zoom you're not bothering me. This is literally, I'm here to help you. I want us to learn together. Part of learning is making mistakes. And so you coming and asking questions if you're making a mistake or if you are struggling on something is just literally one of my favorite things. So please, please, please come and ask me questions about anything. Feel free to even just come say hey if you would like to. Okay, so let's jump on over to modules. Announcements, you can also find the announcements here, but if you remember, those were also at the very top of the home page. They'll kind of start stacking up there. Okay, and I'm trying to make these videos pretty short, so this first module is a bunch of resources for you. So please take the time to click through these and just see what's here, what's available for you. This is at the top of our modules because I think it's important that it's available for you like that. Okay, module 0. So this is, this was opened the other day actually. So I want to show you the general way that modules will work. So there will be an overview page for every module. And on this overview page, it'll kind of tell you what's in the module, etc. Down here, you'll see, this is the only place I added this. You can toggle through modules by clicking on this, this little thing in the bottom right. So about our class would be the next page that you're going to if you hit next. So, you know, and I'm not going to toggle through the entire modules. That would take a lot of time in terms of for a video. But here are, again, just more information, yeah, I guess, data, facts about the class. So you can always go back to modules by clicking over here. And then again, you'll toggle through all of these. Here's our first discussion. So this is getting to know each other. You'll take a little, a pretty brief personality assessment, and then kind of share what your assessment says about you, and if you even agree with it. Because there might be some things, like there was some things that it said about me that I was like, I don't really think that's true. But so anyway, it's just a way for us to get to know ourselves a little bit more and also each other. Okay. This here is like the breakdown of the class, so where grades are going to be coming from. etc. So please take the time to read through those. And then at the end of this, there's more resources, a cyber cafe, and a Q&A forum. So these are places where you can go to either chat with each other or post questions that you have about the class. And then there is a self-check quiz. So this is like an assessment of kind of the structure of the class, the grading, late policies, etc. So that would all basically be found up in here. Okay. And that's open book, you'll see that in the instructions. This assignment is to get some data. So I want to get data for our class so that we can kind of have it more personalized to us rather than using random data that we find online. So, and we will do that too, but this is just a fun, I'm hoping we get some interesting data here. But the answer, honestly. And then for every module, there will also be a wrap up. So you can come to module 0, wrap up. And this one in particular, I linked everything that kind of was covered in this module. I won't necessarily always do that. A reminder of what we did, and then there's usually kind of like a what's coming up next thing. So you could hit next to go to module 1, which is our first content module here. I'm going to go back to the modules just to show you the general overview, and also you can minimize these. I think that's very pleasing. Okay, so every week you'll have a weekly wellness assignment. So this is something like typically to check in on your mental health or just to promote good mental health. So this is 3 good things. So this week you're going to be like looking for 3 good things, either that's happening to you or that you notice, or just positive things, and you can share those with me. This is not a discussion. This is just like you get credit for doing it. So as long as you submit anything that you find are 3 good things, and this will change every week. This won't always be the same thing. Okay, so again, there's a module 1 overview. There will be reading summaries for every content module. So in the reading summary, you'll find a link to our online textbook, which I'll show you in a second, and then main takeaways, and then links to the sections that are going to be covered within that module. So this is all coming from our textbook as well, and as a reminder, our textbook is completely free and online. So I'm going to go ahead and open that and just show it to you. This is our required materials. So this is in the module 0, the orientation module. So you can click on this link to take you over to the book. And here we have the book. So you can see the table of contents. And then I know it's kind of out of the screen right now, but the section 1.1, 1.2. So you can go ahead and click in here and start learning. But again, these are all linked as well, but section by section in the reading summary page. And then back on the modules page, you'll notice all of the sections will have a specific page, if we're covering it, for you to read some information, watch some videos, etc. And then some assignments will come later. So I'm going to pause here because this is an 8-minute video already, but in the next video I'll kind of jump into more details about these assignments, in particular the CYU discussion. So last semester, which was my first semester teaching this, I got a lot of questions, I'll say at the beginning of the semester, about the CYUs. So I'm going to go ahead and jump on that and make a video for that for you. So keep an eye out for that video as well. And otherwise, I will also, again, kind of fill you in on the details of these specifics later. But that's it for this video. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.